It's time for generational thinking. Now, this is a bonus video in a series of 5 videos which explores managing and motivating the different generations in the working environment. So I like to call it number 5A. I just like that concept. In the previous videos, we've looked at all the generations individually and how to manage them. The baby boomers, the Gen X, Gen Ys and the Gen Zs. But this video is about how we can engage all of them and bring them all together and all the generations together with, generational thinking. As we've discussed, we shouldn't really stereotype individuals, but naturally there are traits based on people's upbringing, their programming and how they've developed, perhaps over their time in their careers. So obviously we're going to talk about this as the generations. So what is generational thinking? Generational thinking is all about using all the strengths and all the traits of the generations so they can enable them to work well together for better outcomes for everyone. So as you would with any team, you need to combine each person's great traits and strengths to gain top results. But the key is to help them to help each other. And if we can do that, generational thinking is a really good way of looking at this, and it will help you to manage and develop your people to get better outcomes, better results. What's not to like? So it's about enabling your team to embrace and learn from each other. And that's the key concept here. Using stories and experiences from the past, but add in new ideas and shortcuts for the future. Get your team to learn from each other. Fresh thinking keeps everyone on their toes and keeps the mind young as well, which is nice. Help them to acknowledge and seek to understand each other. The traits and the strengths and sometimes the weaknesses and how to communicate and work together. Listen and ask each other great questions. Help them to be more inquisitive instead of frightened of asking questions. Use technology to develop new ways of working, shortcuts, and to create more enjoyment and fun in the working place, to keep it lively, keep it zappy, keep it a little bit zany and fast forward and keep things moving. Teaching others is a great leveler both ways. So we've got people with the experience acting as mentors to the younger generation, and we get the younger generation to use what we call reverse mentoring to help encourage and teach the older generation of how to do things and keep asking them that question. But what next? Why are we doing it? What's the benefit of this? These are all great things to help bring everyone together with generational thinking. So we've got a really good slide here, time for generational thinking. We've got the baby boomers, the Gen X, the Gen Ys and the Gen Zs. So let's see how this is going to work. Well, first of all, I think it's really important that we help the baby boomers and Gen X to try and pass over their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience, their understanding of how things work to Gen Y and Gen Z. So if they can engage with them and explain things in a way that is fairly fast moving, so they can be inquisitive and they can help the Gen Ys and the Gen Zs then apply their bit to the thinking. And that is to help them bring new technology, new ways of thinking, adaptability, shortcuts to the baby boomers and Gen X. So if we can marry this up and help them all to work together, hey, we've got generational thinking and it's got huge amounts of benefits. It's bringing all the traits and all the strengths of all the generations together, as I said, for better results and better outcomes. So how do we motivate them in all of this? Well, it's important to help them to listen, and for you as a manager to listen and involve and understand their traits and strengths. We need good conversations. We need to sit down and explain it that, hey, we see things in a slightly different way. Help people to build confidence and self-esteem in communicating with each other, being inquisitive, and making sure that they're not afraid of asking each other questions, and sometimes challenging questions. And as I said, get them to be more inquisitive. To develop comfort zone challenges for the older generations to take on the technologies, for the younger generations to to present and communicate and influence their great ideas and help each other to help each other. And that, if we can do that, we'll all get them working in a better way. Get your people to self-manage, to build that resilience and have this better emotional intelligence of how we all work. They can deal with change and learn new things. Hey, it's going to all help them to future-proof themselves and their careers for the future. And you're going to have a better business and you're going to have a better team with it as well. So thank you for your time on this, on the generational thinking. Please subscribe, please like if you haven't already done so, and comment any questions, get in contact. So thank you until next time, until the next generation turns up, and good luck with that.